41. No more doubts. The Buddha is seen. Imagine the prison of a wheel-turning king, formed of the 7 jewels, where rule-breaking emperors are locked inside, with towers and elegantly adorned palaces, jeweled canopies and beds made of gold, ornate windows and benches adored exquisitely, with rare and precious stones. They enjoy the same food and clothing as the wheel-turning king, but golden manacles bind their feet. Could these lesser kings be happy there? Maitreya addressed the Buddha. Blessed One, they cannot be. Throughout the time they are imprisoned and constrained, their minds are not at ease. In vain, they devise many skillful means. Seeking their escape, they seek out their closest servants. But alas, there is nothing they can do. Only when the wheel-turning king is happy can they be set free. The Buddha proclaimed to Maitreya, there are sentient beings like this too. Sinking into doubt and remorse, they seek the Buddha's wisdom, his supremely vast and great wisdom, but they have no faith in their own virtuous roots. Yet when they hear the Buddha's name, faith grows in their heart. They are reborn in this land, within a lotus flower, from which they do not emerge. To be a lotus womb dweller is like being in a garden or palace. Why is this so? On the inside all is purified, devoid of all impurity and evil, yet they remain there for 500 years. They cannot see the 3 jewels. They cannot make offerings to Buddhas. They cannot serve them. They are detached from all extraordinary, virtuous roots. For this reason they suffer and experience no happiness. If these beings recognize the root source of their misdeeds, if they practice deep self-reflection, and seek to depart from this place, only then can they leave. When retribution for past errors has come to an end, thereupon, they go instantly to the place of Amitayus, and hear the Dharma. Gradually, they see the light, and feel great joy, able to make universal offerings to innumerable Buddhas and cultivate spiritual virtues. Maitreya, you should know that to have doubts about bodhisattvas is to cause great harm and forfeit a great blessing. Therefore, you must have clear-seeing faith in the supreme wisdom of Buddhas. Maitreya addressed the Buddha. Why is it that beings of this type do not seek rebirth, although they do good deeds? The Buddha proclaimed to Maitreya, beings of this type have shallow understanding, having determined that the land in the West is no match for the world of divinities. They believe it brings no joy. Therefore they do not seek rebirth there. Maitreya addressed the Buddha. If beings of this type, due to misunderstanding, do not seek rebirth in this Buddha land, how can they avoid the wheel of samsara? The Buddha explained. The virtuous roots planted by beings of this type cannot be detached from form. They do not seek the Buddha's wisdom. They are deeply attached to worldly pleasures and worldly karmic rewards. Although they cultivate merit, they seek the outcome of man and divinity. They obtain their reward, an abundance of all things, yet from the prison of the 3 realms they cannot escape. Their parents and wives, children and dependents may wish to help them, but they cannot relinquish their heterodox views. The very king of bad karma Thus they remain upon samsara's wheel, in a state of unease. Behold the witless and benighted, who do not plant virtuous roots, using worldly knowledge and clever words. Their hearts are led further astray. How can they possibly escape the great hardship of death and rebirth? Moreover, there are beings who plant virtuous roots and cultivate great fields of merit. Yet they cling to form and conceptual thinking. Sentimental attachments, deep-rooted, weigh them down. They seek escape, but in the end, it is unattainable. If those with wisdom without form plant many virtuous roots, purify body and mind, abandon all conceptions, seek birth in a purified field, and hasten toward Buddhahood, they shall be reborn in this Buddha land, liberated for all eternity.